Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. Now, it's real time.
Welcome back, everyone. We're joined by Scott Kaul from Brad's Killer Fishing Gear. Scott, it's good to see you, man.
You too. Thank you for having me on.
Number one, I love seeing you here in my studio. Number two, I'd love to go fishing with you, man.
Well, let's do it.
I mean, you go fishing with all your guide pro snappers and all that, but I'm like, hey, Owen, and I'm out on my boat by myself. I'm like, man, I feel left out here. Because it's not that you're not out fishing. You do get out, you know, when you can. Right now,
I don't get out a lot. But yeah, I don't get out a lot, but yeah, when I do, it's, generally with a pro staffer. But not a few times. Yeah, had some good luck up at Grace Harbor area. Went with Jared Cady, had a great trip. We were looking for a lot of silvers. Got some silvers, fishing the technique that you were plugging a little earlier.
Yeah, well, we're going to get to that.
That was a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of chum out there. Yeah. It was, man, the chum year is fantastic. And
it has been everywhere. Silver things was a little interesting, though, wasn't it?
Frustrating as heck.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for the guys that are up, you know, fishing out Mouth of Klickitat and further up. That B run has been wiped out.
Yeah. Any reasons why you think that might have happened?
Gosh, if you look at the net schedule, it was from like the 18th of September on through the 27th of October. 4 a.m. till 10 p.m. the majority of those days, 5 days a week, 18-hour nets, and
It's impossible for the fish to survive that.
Well, it feels so bad for the guides. Well, people that want to fish it, because that Mouth of Klickitat's just a great fishery, right?
Yeah.
That B run, pretty much wiped out.
Used to be one of our things 100 years ago. We'd go there and you couldn't fish spinners that would sink, right? Because of snagging and this and that. So we made our own spinners. This is before 360s, and if anybody would have ever hover fished right there by the pylon, holy moly, people would have sunk their boats, right? I mean, that never happened. So back in the day, we would build our own spinners, and we'd use 3 corkies. And they would float, right? But we would drag those along the bottom for silvers, and it was one after another, after another, after another, after another, for years. And then this year, it was, for folks that have been around for a long time, it was gone.
Yep.
It's kind of scary how that all works out.
It is, and this year should fish into December with a number of fish. But there's A runs, but King year was great. Which is awesome.
Sure.
Also went down and fished with a Kyle Bushman down in the Lincoln City area, and had some good success there.
Oh, really? Chasing Chinook, silvers, both?
Hoping for both, but didn't see a single coho anywhere. It was, but great king fishing.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an interesting year. Overall, it's been an interesting year. You mentioned sockeye, we'll talk a little bit about, or excuse me, chum, we'll talk a little bit more about that. Those are a ton of fun to catch. And
pull on them. It's a great time.
Some of my buddies did really, really well fishing the exact same way, and I thought that was interesting yesterday when you mentioned it. We'll get to that here in a second. But lots of things going on with Brad's, right? Now, obviously, we're going into the holiday season, and we've actually answered questions this morning on our Facebook page where folks are looking for Christmas gift ideas, right? What can we get this person, that person, for salmon fishing, stocking stuffers? And these are questions that right now in year 2 with Outdoor GPS is learning. We're going to get 100 of them before the season gets into, it's actually Christmas time, right? So it's a ton of fun, great ideas, and Brad's, of course, is loaded with them. You can literally go to their website or Fisherman's website and find 100 different things that Brad's makes. Well, you brought in some that I haven't really seen yet. The very first one is your hooks.
New hook. Very happy about that.
These are new hooks. Okay, Brad's has made bulk hooks for a long time, all right? These are not those, though. These are newer, upgraded, different hooks.
Yep.
Tell me the difference between these and the older style.
Yeah, great question. I actually spent 2 years looking into which hook we wanted to move to. I knew we wanted to move a hook, move to a hook, higher quality hook, and tested several. You know, we've got a pulling machine that measures the bend strength, the brake strength, etc. And those, long time in coming, but very, very happy about those hooks. Got some guides that are using them. The feedback has been tremendous.
And it's not that the hooks that you were selling before weren't high quality, but that's not what their purpose was. It was high volume. These are much higher quality from what I haven't fishing yet, but I will be. And of course, still in the bulk packs, which we all love, right?
50 pack, yeah, exactly.
Especially now we're going into excuse me, almost forgot, winter steelhead fishing, bobber and bead fishing is extremely popular, and of course a number of different ways. But when you're bead fishing, you tend to go through a lot of hooks, right? So in bulk packs, it's just a really cool benefit to have that many and save a little bit of money, right? Now for bead fishing, myself personally, everybody's a little bit different. You know, a size 2s, size 4s, maybe a size 1 depending on clarity and this and that. But you make all those. You said from size 8 to 5/0?
Size 8 to 5/0. Yep.
And in the black finish and the red finish.
Black and red. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Exactly.
So you got all the right colors, and you can get big bulk packs. And you're now our official hook sponsor
Right
for
on.
Outdoor GPS.
And for the beads, you see, it's, you know, the hook is bent there at the end, so it's not hitting the rock straight in. And,
okay, first thing,
yeah.
I want to thank you for that. We talked about this years ago with one of our previous hook sponsors, Trocar. Okay, I'm not going to discount that. They're a great company. But their hooks were straight, and they were the worst. Size 2, size 4s were the worst for bobber and bead fishing.
They're very good hooks, just not great in that application.
Not in that application. So, no, very, very cool. Also, though, we can't forget that you guys make, these are great ideas for stocking stuffers, but this is also just a reminder for you as well if you just want to get some gear going into either fall Chinook season, because we are in the middle of it still, or going into other opportunities. And, you know, one of them, you make a lot of pre-tied, right? You got pre-tied leaders for sturgeon, pre-tied leaders for Chinook, 25-pound mainline or leader with 4/0 hooks. I mean, that's a hook that if I was bobber fishing right now, or even back bouncing in spots up and down the coast, I would be fishing that setup, right? So it's nice to have them pre-tied. Egg loops, I'm assuming?
Yep, egg loops.
Okay, good.
And we go down to, 8-pound test and, up to 5/0 hooks.
Okay, so what's the heaviest leader that you go up to?
We have 40.
Up to 40.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Most of that goes to Alaska. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
some guys like 40 here and.
Sure.
Yeah.
Depending on clarity, I'd rather have 50. Just because some of those rivers are really, really small, and if you're going to try to stop a 30-pounder, all those are kind of rare these days. They don't fit through the nets up north very well. They're hard to stop, no question. So lots of different options, and we're going to get to more of those. Also, some swag. We get this question constantly. What about your hats? Okay.
Gotcha,
Sweatshirt, sure, but there's a lot of other options too, and things that you can kind of keep in mind if you, again, wish to get a present for someone or a present for yourself, which is okay, right? We'll be back with Scott Kaul in just a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by Chevy Silverado and the impressive new Turbo Max engine. Flex your muscle with the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Official truck of Outdoor GPS.